What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're talking about alternators. I've never seen this kind. I just got done putting in one of these starters, but now you guys want to know what we're working on. A 2015 F350. I've worked on this before at the dealer. He followed me, done a bunch of work, and now I'm gonna be doing an alternator just like you guys. No smoke, no mirrors, just straight up, not taking everything off. I'm gonna do it just like you guys. All right, let's go.
Yo, check this out.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. A piece of information for you. Did you know that negative 40 degrees Celsius and negative 40 degree Fahrenheit is the same? I know you guys are all familiar with our sponsor, Ventec LHG. Yes, they make the world's most powerful heat generator for all three big manufacturers, Ford, GM, and Ram. Here's what a fella from northern Canada in negative 40 degrees has to say. Before he put his LHG on his Ram, he constantly had to be under load for him to get heat. If it was at idle, it'd be blowing cold. After he installed the Ventec LHG, reaching operating temperature was flawless. So the question I have for all of you, was your truck cold last winter? This thing works at negative 40 degrees. Check it out. I'll see you guys later. All right, everybody, thanks so much for coming back and checking me out. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe right down below. We have a repeat customer. We had to do some diff fluid. We had to do a starter, a mean green starter, one of these. Spins over quite nice now. I don't know if you guys have ever used this before, but it was literally a drop-in. But that's not why we're here. We're here for this MechMan alternators. And this, when I opened the box, it said it was a 320 amp alternator, made in the USA, high output, 2-year warranty, the amperage that you deserve. But wouldn't it be cool if it looked like that? That'd be kind of neat. I don't know if they had different colors or stuff that you could have choose from, but this customer chose black, and I think that's going to look pretty sweet underneath the hood. I don't think we're going to need this. The factory cable end, hopefully it's going to fit over this stud, but if it doesn't, then they give you the proper fitting. So let's go over to the truck. This thing's got 257-ish thousand miles on it. What you guys are probably not going to want to do is deal with the coolant, so I'm going to opt to not drain the coolant. But you can see this is what we're working with. I know it's going to look a little different compared to what you guys are used to. If this is just going to come right out or what. But I'm going to take this pipe off. Do I dare? I think, yeah, I'm going to take this one off. Looks like it's right at the turbo. So we'll take that off. I'm going to take this intercooler pipe off. The batteries are already disconnected. And once we get down in here, then we'll be able to have a little bit visual access. I'm gonna go for what I feel is like an 8 milli, maybe no extension. Got some brand new extensions from Cornwall. Big shout out to Cornwall guy. Keeping the production going. All right, we got one mass airflow sensor connector right here. Normal connector. I don't know if you guys can see that far up, but we have that little red tab you gotta pull. And then it's got a button. I'm gonna leave that hanging. Okay, so this thing should come off now. Maybe, let me take the air filter off. Nope, 7 milli. Oops. Let's take the air filter off. All right, air filter off. Now we should be able to get this pipe out. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be able to take it all off as one. Okay, we lost the clamp. Clamp on. Ooh, he's got himself one of them One of them that there KC turbos. KC turbos. I'm sure you guys are gonna wanna see that. Let's get some lightage. Here's his turbo. I don't know what has been done to it. I don't know what kind of tuning or what the stats are of this, but that's his KC turbo. I don't know what the blades are. Don't know. That's not why we're here. But we are here. We're gonna take this clamp off. I reckon we're gonna be 8 millis. It looks like an 8 milli. If it looks like an 8 milli and feels like an 8 milli, it might be an 8 milli. Now he told me that this clamp kept coming undone and what he think I should do with it. Well, I think we're gonna be using some of the band clamps that we use for the pusher stuff, but I don't have any of those on hand, so I will worry about that with him at a later date. What I don't like is these intercoolers, these no limit intercoolers. I really cannot stand these. I don't like how they have the hole, or it's recessed. The snout that comes out that you attach the pipe to, I don't think it should be a shoulder over that. You see right there? I don't think that's not right. I don't like that as a charge air cooler tube. What I am gonna do is go for this 8 milli right here and take this connection and then pull the pipe out that way, because I'm not messing with that connection down at the intercooler. Should just wiggle out. Okay, all right, setting that aside, we need an infamous 11 milli. 11 milli always for the stock stuff. All right, that's spread far enough. Let's see, get this out of here. Get out of here, little guy. Get out of here, little guy. Let's see, is this rubber boot gonna be broke? Yep. Okay, I don't have to get my what you call it? My little pick thingy. All right, do something like this. Now, mind you guys, I still haven't drained the coolant, and I'm just working around this upper hose and these lines. All right, so now we're gonna have to come in closer. We need to come over here, click it to his turbo. We need to get this clip up right here. And so what I would tell you guys to do is maybe grab something like this, come through underneath. If this is a really pretty intake, take care to not, chew that all up. You should be able to just kind of pop this thing right out of its little groove. Show me how Stella got her groove back. Come on. Okay, sometimes you got to use two. I'll use my trim tool and I'll come back here with a flat blade. Get them both at the same time, like that. And then you should be able to pull the duct off and then just kind of go like that and you're good to go. Now I know what you guys are probably saying, my intake manifold doesn't look like this, and I know it probably doesn't. And you're probably looking at something right here, this contraption, the throttle body. You guys can actually take the throttle body off. There are 4 8 milli bolts, and I think I have an extra one right here. Here's the throttle body, and it sits in the truck in pretty much this position right here. Okay, so you can see how that overhangs the alternator. It's gonna be sitting kind of just like this, all right? If you guys take out all 4 of these 8s, and what I'll do, take the bottom 8s out, take this 8 out, and I'm holding the throttle body, your last 8, take this 8 out. Take all the bolts and the gasket and this all out as one. What you can do even more is if you disconnect the throttle body first, there is a yellow sliding tab that will be on here, and then you depress the button and it will pop off the throttle body. So this is actually, I think this is a steel body. steel body connector, or I should say an 11 through 19. But if you guys need a throttle body or want to take it off, that is the requirement. You know, those 4 fasteners, those 4 bolts, 8 millis, and you'll wind up being something like this. We got a little bit more room. I'm gonna get all of this coolant stuff out of here. All right, so you guys aren't draining the coolant. I don't want to drain the coolant. I'm gonna try to do this. No, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna do this exactly like you guys would have to. I'm not gonna be taking any shortcuts. I'm not gonna be taking the fan off. I know you guys keep saying, don't take the fan off, that's cheating. It's not cheating, it's just an easier way to do it. But you guys don't have access to a jackhammer, air hammer, whatever you wanna call it, like I do, to take the fan off. So if you don't wanna be fiddle farting around. Okay, I digress. So batteries are disconnected. I guess what we probably should do, we can just leave that on there for right now. Let's worry about getting this GD belt off. We got a silly coolant hose right here that's going to be inhibiting my visually appeased area. This, what are we going to do with this? Can I just go down underneath and not have so much? There we go. Okay, I like that way better. Okay, I'm not going to take the fan off. As much as I want to take the fan off, I'm not going to take the fan off, but I need to take the tension off of the belt, so let's do that. Well, I hope you guys can see this. Okay, here's the tensioner. All right, the hole or the square bit drive for the tensioner is right there. So I usually use an extension, but I'm not going to be able to use my normal one. So I'm going to grab this little tiny guy. And let's see if I can finagle this in. It's so much easier when you do it without the fan, so I will just say that. All right, let's see if I get my shorter one. Okay, here's a short one. Let's see if this gives me just enough nose to get in. Oh. Okay, yeah, we are totally in. I got long ratchet, 3/8 drive. All right, turn the fan blade just a little bit. I can get, oh, did you not just see that? Or was I blocking you guys? I got the ratchet out. All right, so I'm gonna leave it in. I got tension almost off of it. We'll take the belt off the secondary water pump. Now we should have enough slack. There we go. Pull the ratchet out. Let me get my extension. Don't want to lose that. Okay. So now that the belt's off, I guess let me work it off of the AC compressor. We're going to be replacing the belt. Now, I will tell you, the first thing that you guys do when putting the new belt on is you go over the tensioner. The tensioner is the first pulley you go over. Why? Well, that's a good question. And I'm going to give you a good answer, because you're not going to be able to twist the belt and go behind the tensioner when you have everything else wrapped around. So it just makes it super difficult. Maybe not when taking this belt off, but the new belt is real not pliable like this one is. Okay, so there we go. Now we have one thing we're gonna have to work around, and that is this right here. That's why I take the fan off, because then I don't have to mess with this, but you guys are gonna have to. So let me show you how you deal with that and what to do. All right, I'm getting my long neck ratchet, quarter drive, 13 wobble with a impact swivel. I'll break this loose. I could put a 13 3/8 in here, but I just got not enough room that I can, you know, work efficiently. Quarter drive, smaller, break it loose, and then you can use the ratchet. Take the bolt all the way out, spin the fan because it might be hitting that or whatever. No big deal. All right, so the bolt's out. Now you got to undo this sweet little connector, and sometimes this can be a pain because the tab doesn't want to release. So what I've done sometimes is I've had to stick my screwdriver, my little pocket screwdriver, but it looks like this one's came apart. Sometimes they don't go together correctly because there's like dust and stuff and won't allow it to clip together, but this one might be all right. All right, so belt's out. What I'm gonna do is bring an awareness to this part of the fan clutch. Don't worry, but you can see how deteriorated this is. You gotta have a fan clutch to replace that. I'm just gonna leave that there, but when this bolts in, it's not gonna allow that to move. It's just kind of like a little bushing or a little rubber isolator. So I'm only working up here where my fingers are, and that's where the alternator is at. I'm gonna go ahead and feed this belt in right now and get it lassoed around everything so that when it comes time to lasso the alternator, she's ready to go. What did I tell you? All right, I'm gonna lasso this around the connector first, get all this stuff connected, and then I will heed what I told you guys to do about doing the tensioner first. This is just backwards on how I do it because I don't ever use I always take the fan off. Ooh, it connected, sweet. All right, so I'm gonna hang this back on so it's not flopping. In fact, I probably could go tighten it. See, the belt's in the way. There we go, bolts in. Nice. Nice. 13, tightening. Give it some snugs. Give it some snugs. There we go. Okay, we're snugged that down. All right, well, let's come out of the hole here and come over so we can see the tensioner side. And let's see, tensioner. Okay, you can see the tensioner. So let's take this belt and get it all the way on the other side of this water pump and power steering pump, just so I can get this slack out of here. Then it's not gonna bunch up on me. I'm not putting it on the pulleys yet. I'm just kind of holding it out of the way. All right, I'm gonna go to this tensioner. Where you at, goofy boy? There we go. See what I'm talking about? The new belt, it's not nice and like the other one was. It was all wore in, you know what I mean? I think I'm gonna try something different. Let's see, where's my crankadoodle? Where's my crankadoodle? There's my crankadoodle. Could that be my crank? That is my crank. All right, let's get that belt behind the tensioner. It's tight. Just work it, you can get it. Okay, I'm behind the tensioner. I'm trying to wrap it around the crank. There we go, I got it around the crank. All right, now I'm gonna try to come down here under the AC compressor now. There we go. There we go. Oh, we just came off the crank. There we go, we're on the crank. Okay, let's pull up on this and see. Let's just mock it up. Going against the AC compressor, going against the alternator. We're gonna come down here under the water pump. Make sure we're on there. Oh yeah. Just like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah. Okay. This guy is supposed to be like this. All right. Let's see if I get you a different position. Okay, everything looks good here. It's gonna come around and go right on to the alternator. Okay. This is the proper routing, if you guys can see that. All right, so I'm gonna take that off because I'm not gonna be using that. What up? And I'm just gonna kind of be hanging out like this. All right, well there it is. I still haven't drained the coolant. Looks like we have one bolt here. Let's go get, I can't believe out of all the 6.7s I've worked on, I've never done an alternator video. Silly me. All right, that was the bolt. Looks like we were just looking at. So we need this one, probably gonna be another big 13 if I were to guess. Oh yeah, I can see it right there, right here, right there. All right, well that's probably gonna be a ratcheting wrench. That's probably gonna be a ratcheting wrench if I were to guess. Let's see, 13 mil ratcheting wrench or 15? Oh yeah, 15, okay. 15 ratcheting wrench. Bust it loose. And I see that one way down there. Hopefully it comes out all right. 15 mil bolt, 250,000 miles, that looks all right. All right, this next one, before we do something silly, let's go ahead and just put a little covering down in this cack duct so that we're not messing up. There's the 15 right there. Let's see how I'm gonna sneak this in here. What am I gonna do? Let's see, I wanna show you guys. What if no, that ain't gonna work. There we go. Okay, we're going for this 15 milli right here. Now, you guys might just have a ratchet, which that's fine, but if I have power tools, can I get my power tool in here? Nope, I gotta do it just like you guys. Okay, you guys busted me. All right, let me get the extension and a 15 mil. Am I gonna be able to go all the way like this? Okay, we're on. Maybe I need that little tiny extension. That might just be too much. Let's see if I can get this thing in here. It's on loosen. Okay, I'm on it. I feel like I got clean swinging room except for this vacuum line thingy. Okay, I think I'm on it straight. Let's see. Doing it just like you guys. Oh. Using a flex head ratcheting thingy. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Because a lot of you guys have went out and gotten the same medium deeps and the swivels that I got. Maybe I'll use this because you guys do have this, so that allows me to use it, right? Remember I was talking about the 3/8 and the 15, 3/8 and the quarter drive stuff? All right, I broke it loose with the 3/8. Now I'm gonna come back and finish it off. Finish it, fight! I'm gonna take them out like trash. All right, let's see if we can sneak this guy. Ooh, sneaked right out. Now, I would say the alternator should be ready to come out. Well, I haven't tried to see if it's loose yet. Let's, a little pry bar maybe? Let's see if it's loose. I don't know. Oh yeah, okay. She's loose. Oh yeah. All right, what do we come down here and do a little more, another little pry bar action? All right, might wiggle its way out. All right, we got a coolant line. We're not worrying about that. We got a big 13 mil. We'll take that off. Remember the battery's disconnected, so 2 mil this nut off. We got a new nut, but I'm gonna save this nut. I like saving stuff. All right, there's our B+. Put our B+ behind the B+. And then we have the connector, which the button is here on the bottom side. So visit our website, rainmanauto.com, and grab yourself one of those PTT with A-rod screwdrivers. Let's see if I can hit the button. Oh yeah, I was doing something like this. You know, doing like that. Okay, we're all disconnected. Belts off, bolts off. I think this thing should just come right out. see. Okay, it's out. Let's see if we can go around the coolant pipe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's alternators in my hand. Yeah. Make sure you guys get a good alternator. Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Factory drop-in replacement Mechman alternators. I'd say we probably should just go right back in, eh? Ugh. Feels about the same weight. It's nice and shiny black. Super tiny. I cannot emphasize to reverse the removal process, but I guess as I'm walking away, make sure, this one is, but make sure that your alternator has got the same amount of ribs on it, because I have had alternators come with different size pulleys on them, and I've had to take them off. It's been a while. I feel like I was doing that in the 90s, 2000 vehicles. All right, I'm gonna put the top bolt in and just kind of provide a hang here. We're hanging. We're just hanging out. We're bolting this alternator in. Get this bolt here. Okay, I'm gonna have to lift up on it. Jiggle, find the hole. Jiggle, jiggle. All right, I think I'm there, but I can't twist it with my fingers. So I'm gonna come back here with that 15 again. Let's see if we can work it in. Oh yeah, she's going in. Oh yeah. Can I sneak this girl in here? Nope. Excuse me. But I will tighten this by hand. Every time young man uses these ratcheting wrenches, he inadvertently hits the tighten button when he's loosening and wound up snapping off a couple of caliper slide pins. All right, we're gonna snug this down. Ugh, snuggy wuggy. Snuggy wuggy was a bear. And then we're gonna go back with the little, this little thing right here, 15 mil. Give it a couple turnies, snug it downy. Oh yeah. Good thing I had this little extension. Okay, we're snug. I like it. Grab the connector, snap, and then we'll put this guy on. Oh yeah. Same size. Same size nut. I like this nut. It's got a big washer on it. I'm going to use that. Tightening it down. It's not a lug nut, okay? Just snug. That's it. Make sure your cover is back on. I'm a stickler for that. Make sure your cover's back on. And then I think this is good timing for the belt. I think we're good. Let's go over the alternator. And then we're going to go down under this pulley. No, getting me goofed up from the dual alternator trucks. Now, we're gonna put it off the secondary water pump and put it on the alternator. Okay, now I am free over here. I have to put my ratchito. Let's see, where did I have you guys last time? I think I had you guys like right here. There we go. Let's see if I can sneak this guy in here once more. Come on, little puppy. Right there. There we go. Okay. Taking tension off the tensioner and putting it on the secondary water pump. Now, this one, don't get confused. That one's got to go underneath. That's a smooth pulley. You got to put it on the smooth part of the belt. All right, belt is on. Belty Bartokamos is on, but it is not on the, what do you call that down there? That would be the, that there water pump.
Let's see if I can take the tension off. See if I can just wiggle it. Come on, belt. Oh, 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 come on, come on. Oh, did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? I'm off, one rib. Did I get it now? Oh, yeah, puppy. We on. We on. It's on like Donkey Kong. Give me my ratchet back, boy. All right. So now I can put this stuff back. We gotta put. Give it to me. Release me. Come on. There we go. All right. Alternator's on. Everything's connected. I like the quality of it. I like the color. It looks very good. Okay, I think let's put the hot side back on. This stuff was kind of just sitting over everything like this. This was underneath. Now, a bunch of you guys have asked me why this happens. Vehicle heats up, the vehicle cools down, and the temperature chain is actually creating a vacuum and is sucking the hose like this. Repeated situations like this will eventually make the hose be real deteriorated and dilapidated looking and will be just real ugh. Two things. In order to replace this hose, you have to drain the coolant. In order to put coolant in, you have to replace this cap. A couple things are happening. Either we have a cap that's not venting as it's cooling down, or we also have time for thermostats, and they're directly underneath this hose connection. So if you have this concern, drain about 1.5 gallons of coolant out right down here, replace a cap, replace a hose, put a new thermostat in it, and you're going to be a-okay. This guy should just pop right back on. No big deal. Okay. And then because of this no limit intercooler, which I'm not a fan of, we're gonna have to work this boot around it. Kind of unnecessary. Come on, get it over there. There we go. It goes, but it's just a little unnecessary. Okay, 11 milli coming at you. Stock clamps are always 11 mils. I'm a stickler for my clamps. I like them a certain way. Okay, I like it. Give the pipe one tug. It's not coming off. All right, that means now I think it's this pipe now. This one just had a couple connections. I'll take the wipey out. This thing should be going in like this. Or was it the other way? I think it was the other way. This guy looks like he's got Maryland diesel performance stuff on here. Okay, we got a couple 8 millis. Let me get this 8 milli down here. You guys probably can't see that. Okay. No, we gotta go down a little bit on that clamp. All right, that one's in. Let's see if we can get this one successfully choked down. Okay, that one's in. Now the last one is going down to the turbo. Put this air filter, I'll just leave this air filter like this. On this guy. And all the way down. Like that. Something like this. I need 2 hands. Let's see. Where's that sweet spot? There we go. Now she's on. Fully on. We'll 8 milli that boy down right now. Make sure you don't have any air gaps. There we go. Okay, that's on. Can't forget about our mass airflow sensor. There it is. We're connected. All right. Now, I don't believe he actually had a problem with anything. I think he just wanted to replace his alternator and his starter motor. Okay, air filter on, clamp, 7 mil, and we're gonna go ahead and tighten this right here. All right, so that pretty much is the end of the alternator installation. I guess right now the first thing to do is start it up. Let's reconnect the batteries. Ooh, let's put this back on. Coolant line here, vacuum line connected, almost. There we go. This one goes here. Sweet. Connect that there. Okay. Let's do the inaugural battery connector. I'll tighten these in a minute, but let's start it up. You guys listen to the starter. Oh, I need the key. Key putting in hole. Starting. You guys hear that starter? That thing really whips it up fast. Alternator installed. Didn't drain your coolant. Did it just like you guys would have did at home, with not taking the fan off and not using the air hammer. I'm dripping sweat from my brow. It's a lovely Wednesday hump day here in the 1st of October. I appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know if you guys want to get your truck in for service, mods, actual diagnosis need done because the dealer giving you the loop-de-loop. Let me know. Info is in the beginning of the video. Phone number, contact info. Maybe next time you watch the channel, your truck will be here showcased on how to get it fixed right the first time. I appreciate you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, sub, share, and I will catch you all next time here on the channel. See ya!